The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy. Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
No, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
Right.
You should show us.
Pick on the white guy. What did I
Kidding.
pick on the white guy?
Relax, big dong.
God. Actually, should we turn the light on here? You know what it is? It's because of these fucking panels.
Once again, the white guy.
Just, for the first time ever, there's a subservient white. I love it, we're not white, but, like, depending on what table we're sitting at, we'd be white or we wouldn't be. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, hang on. Actually, that's a good question. Do you see us as white?
This is actually really interesting this has come up because I've listened to this interesting thing about a guy saying there should be no races. Because it's so, like, intermingled now and, like, such a broad spectrum that...
No, it's intermingled in Melbourne. It's intermingled in New York. It's not intermingled in fucking Botswana.
Go to Iran
No,
and
but-
tell them that.
Go to Palestine and tell them they're all Israelis.
Because he was saying if you go to Africa, like, you compare an Ethiopian to, like, a Kenyan or an African, and they all look completely different.
All right, well, it's like saying,
So
okay...
what's black?
Yeah,
all right, but...
when I went to that African wedding, man, there were people predominantly from Sierra Leone,
Libya? Was it a few Libyans?
Liberian?
Liberian, sorry, yeah.
Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, a few Sudanese because of just Melbourne. Yeah, a lot of Sudanese people. Yeah, but everyone looked fucking different.
Yeah.
Tim and
But they're still black.
Tim and Tommy were the only ones that were
Yeah,
white.
and Lopez from work as well.
But he also made a point, like Jimi Hendrix, right? Like he had his mother was white and his dad was black or something, so what's he? Like he's a lot less dark.
He's American.
He's American.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
As in, okay, yeah, but
Okay, so it's
you
about
start-
like African American
As
now.
soon as you start tying people to race, then it opens up the door for all these other things, like, you know, like you associate Asians with being good at math or whatever, or liking a
Yeah, but
certain...
these are stereotypes.
Yeah, so there should be no races.
But it's easier said than that you can't. It's
easy,
not.
yeah, but
But
there are
so what's
races.
Jimi Hendrix? Is he black or white? Because he
Well, look
he
at...
was very light.
Okay.
Okay,
whatever he wants.
all right, but look at...
Lenny
Lenny
Kravitz.
Kravitz.
Lenny
He's Jewish.
Kravitz is half Jewish.
Half Jewish.
Drake is half Jewish.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
exactly.
but Drake
He's very-
raps like he's a black dude, like,
Yeah.
because he's black.
He drops the N-bomb and...
Yeah.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be calling him black. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Because
but you know what it's like? It's
he's a
also,
lot lighter than guys
okay,
in West
do you
Africa.
wanna- Do you know what it's also like? Do you ever watch the movie? It was Robert De Niro was in it. I watched it about a year ago.
Is it a newish kind of movie?
You know Chaz Palminteri?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, hang on.
Is it a new type of movie?
A Bronx Tale. Do you remember the movie A Bronx Tale?
I've heard of it. I don't remember.
Okay,
it.
I watched it about a year ago. I should have watched it a long time ago. Chaz Palminteri wrote it, and I think he directed it as well. It's all the standard mob dudes.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah. Chaz Palminteri, man, he's in all the mob movies. You know, he's always playing like some dude, right?
Lorenzo Anello.
Yeah. Chaz Palminteri wrote this story about a Bronx Tale. Robert De Niro's in it, and it's just about a kid in the Bronx growing up and, you know, dealing with the mafia growing up and the influence and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. The kid in that movie that plays Robert De Niro's son, he's actually Mexican, but he was adopted by an Italian family. Mm-hmm. And in an interview, they'll ask him about his like cultural identity, and he says, I was raised Italian. Mm-hmm. I grew up in an Italian household. I eat pasta. I have an Italian name. Like, I'm Italian. Mm-hmm. Even though he has Mexican heritage, he doesn't associate with Mexico.
Well, that's another thing that this guy said. He said Italians are so like proud that I'm Italian or whatever, but Italy wasn't even a country until like the 19th century, I think.
No, the Roman Empire
It was just a bunch of city-states or whatever, right?
It was like Greece. The Roman Empire still existed well before.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not really, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, you're not really Italian, you're just sort of.
Well, then,
from that
okay,
area.
then you're not really Australian. We're not really Australian then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then what do you...
What do you identify yourself as? You need to identify yourself as something.
A human being, Nicholas.
No, it doesn't work like that, man.
No.
But that's what this guy is saying. It should be.
I know.
I know
but
what you're
that guy's
saying.
on some serious LSD.
What's that guy on?
He's an
Okay,
academic.
that guy, where's he from?
Where's he from?
Yeah.
Is he American? What is he?
Yeah, he lives in Portland.
Okay.
He's an American who lives in where?
Portland.
Portland. Okay, what's his ancestry?
Oregon.
Like, what's his ancestry?
Actually, don't know.
So every answer, like, where do you come from? I'm a human being.
I'm a human being.
Yeah, that's what he's
Is that
saying.
He writes on his
That's
settling forms.
That's what he's saying.
I'm a human.
But that's what
Do you have
he's,
Torres Strait Islander? No, I'm a human.
he's saying. That's what it should be. We should,
Well-
because as soon as you start tying people to races, that's
Yeah,
what
but
causes.
then you're asking to wipe out all cultural identity in history?
Maybe that's what we need. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
So where did pizza come from? The humans.
From Europe,
So what's Europe?
an area on the globe.
Yeah, I think this idiot, if you can get, do you know his name? What's his name?
Yeah, Thaddeus Russell.
I'll look that
Please, let's...
Thaddeus.
Good old Thaddeus.
I was just listening to him on the Rogan podcast, but it was just interesting because I started thinking about it and I was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense because as soon as you start tying people to races and stuff, that's what kind of causes
Yeah, but it's not...
division and conflict
It's
almost.
not tying someone to a race, it's choosing what you want. Okay, you know what it's like? Tom Cruise, yeah? I remember when he was on Oprah.
He got fired in 2010 for teaching American history.
Yeah, he has a book. He has a book called.
It says it here. No.
Yeah, he has a book. His book's called Renegade History or something.
That's all you've got. He got fired in 2010 for teaching history. That's it. Nothing else on the
Because he
back.
had his whole, like,
His whole-
theories and stuff, and the school probably didn't like it. And
Yeah.
He got fired for teaching American history.
He has a book, Renegade History, all about the history of America.
yeah.
Alternative facts.
A renegade in the, yeah.
And Mux is a Mason.
If Thaddeus Russell legit, I'm not a history expert, and I've recently watched some interviews. Is this guy off his head? So it's just-
No, he's a really smart dude.
What's his background?
he was born in Berkeley, California,
Okay.
but he probably lives in, like, you know, like Oregon or whatever.
Yeah, but like, does it say anything about him?
It says people saying there's not a lot of info on him personally. Like he
course there
hasn't got a wiki.
He's got no identity of his own, so he's just saying no one should have
No,
no
because
identity.
he's a human being.
Oh, he's a human. Ah, the humans. They're a troublesome bunch, fucking up the planet and fixing global stock.
But if no one had a race, would it change anything? Would it change anything?
Oh, well, he's saying it would cause a lot less conflict and like making stereotypes out of races and stuff, you know, because you just.
Oh, because that would just... Okay, do you know what that's like? That's like saying without guns there'd be no war. People would still fight. It's ridiculous.
There was wars before guns.
Culture came around long before
But
we
he-
figured out what culture was.
Man, he took it even to a bigger level because he was saying like even genders should just be nothing because there's so many guys that can't reproduce, are gay, etc., etc. So therefore,
That's human nature.
Yeah, but being gay... Okay, that doesn't make sense because just being gay doesn't mean you don't have a gender. It just means you have a preference.
yeah, and there's people that don't identify with the gender that are born as. So he's saying that you should obliterate that as
If you
well.
don't identify,
that was a bit extreme for
if
me.
you don't
but-
identify as a gender you're born as, then you can choose to identify whichever gender you want.
Yeah.
That's the freedom of choice.
yeah.
This guy's an idiot. He think. Do you know what he is?
He went a little bit extreme with the gender thing.
It's
I
not
think.
even extreme. That's
But-
just. Do you know what this moron is? He thinks he's got like the answers to everything. It sounds to me like he's some buckwheat hick from somewhere in Berkeley, and he's done dick all, and now he just wants to create some bullshit theory to become famous, like he's going to be the new Messiah.
Oh, we all followed Thaddeus' way.
You know?
The war,
It's like, Grandpa, can you tell us about, the 21st century?
well, son, it all went to shit for a good 2,000 years until Thaddeus came along and just made us all equal. Now we're fine.
Get fucked.
But yeah, no, like just his point with Jimi Hendrix, that was kind of something that really, like, I went, oh yeah, like what would you say Jimi Hendrix is, black or white?
Okay, what would you say I am then? You never answered the question. Are we white? Are Nick and I white? I'm not going to have a go at you. Like, I mean...
In general, like if you were to see us on the street,
You're my friend, I love you, it doesn't matter.
Because I'm not saying, like, this
No.
is gospel or anything. I'm just saying.
no,
You
like,
do.
in general. No, just in
As
general.
a point of conversation, right? You're my friend, I love you, I trust you, we're all friends here.
Oh, I love you too.
Why did I even throw that out there?
So deep.
I'm just saying, whatever you say, I'm not going to take offense to it personally because I'm asking a direct question. In your mind, growing up the way you have, in the house that you have, in the society that you have, are Nick and I white? Or what are we, if we're not?
But that's exactly it. Like, white. Like, what does that even mean?
It means white, Caucasian, Anglo-Waspy heritage.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys have pretty similar skin tone to me, so...
Are you joking?
Dude,
He's a golden god.
I'm pretty tan.
Yeah, but that's my normal colour. That's not
That's
like...
not tan. That's we woke up this way.
I woke up with a tan, man.
I look pasty because I haven't had sleep or food for 3 days, and I'm sick. I'm the only one here with coffee, pills, sugar, to keep going.
I got a Pepsi Max.
For breakfast.
Can I get a Coke?
I've got a colour.
Pepsi versus Coke. If there was no culture or no ethnicity, that'd all just be cola.
That's right. Or it'd be a liquid beverage.
Slightly more carbonated and sugar.
Can't call it Coke.
Carbonated pop.
That's right. That's what it'd be called.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your favourite carbonated pop? They're all the same to me.
Red.
I have whatever comes out of the can.
That's it.
You just accept it. That's it. It comes out of the vending machine, no wrapper.
Oh.
Disappointed to start a war over Coke. The Romans.
I know Thaddeus sitting here to set you boys straight, because I'm not smart enough to argue his point.
No, we just asked you, what are we? If in your eyes, okay, look this way, okay? We live in Melbourne, which is multicultural, and there are a lot of multicultural societies, like New York City, and there are a lot of if you go to Greece, man, you go to Athens, you're not used to seeing anyone non-Greek, as in specifically non-European. Yeah, when they see a black guy or an Indian guy, they're like, what the hell? When the influx of migrants came in 10 years ago, it started with the Albanians in the late 80s, early 90s. That when I went in 2009 and I was talking to my auntie about it, I said, what's the deal? She goes, no one wants them here, blah, 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 blah. It's not a racial thing. It's just that it's different. I said, okay, but we've got Indians everywhere in Melbourne. She goes, yeah, but that's Melbourne. She goes, it's a multicultural city. This is Europe.
They took down jobs!
She goes, it's just strange. When you go over the borders, you go into Switzerland, you go to Italy, you go to European cities, you just don't see it. It's just different. Yeah. And people are still adjusting. She goes, I have my head around it because I grew up in Melbourne. My auntie was saying it. But she goes, no one else here does. So, we live in Melbourne, multicultural city. You've grown up here, so you have the values of an Australian, or what you should be an Australian. So then what are Nick and I? Scum. Ethnic scum.
Greasy butt.
Dirty immigrants.
Come back to where you came from.
We're full.
Back off.
I don't see, that you know.
Dude, I'm not, this isn't a witch hunt. I'm not fucking gonna.
Yeah, but you know me, dude. I just think of you guys we're all so similar. You have Greek heritage.
If you had if we got.
You're Caucasian. You're what? You are.
Dirty little smirk on his face.
No, but you are.
Yeah.
So I consider myself Caucasian as well.
But I'd probably have a whole bunch of different...
No, but I consider myself white. I'm Caucasian.
Yeah.
I'm a Caucasian.
But then in other countries we're not.
Yeah, but see, on forms, sometimes it says, are you Caucasian, European?
Yeah.
So by ethnicity, I'm European, skin colour and stuff. I'm olive. I'm olive.
When I went to, that, I'll tell you what. When I went to that, did I ever tell you the story about the bar in New York that I went to? With the Dominican?
Possibly. Elaborate a little bit more and I'll tell you.
Have I ever mentioned it on this podcast? Nick knows because he was there. I never told you that story?
I don't know, start to elaborate now.
I became friends with the girl at one of the hostels. The second time Nick and I went to New York, there was a Dominican girl working at the hostel that we were staying at, and I became friends with her.
Cool as.
Yeah, she was cool. And then the Saturday night, she said, I said, we should go out. I want to see, New York. Not, because Nick and I, we'd go to Amsterdam, always on, the bar strip.
87th Amsterdam, just smash bars there,
Just smash the bar district and just get fucking blitzed, the same strip every single night. And then, on the come down night.
Dirty animals.
Dude, we became fucking folklore, man. Down that way. It's the Aussies.
The two Aussie guys, yeah.
Again, see? They identified us as Aussies.
Yeah.
They wouldn't say, there's the two humans that ripped up this bar last night.
But I said to my mate, I go, take me somewhere where there were, no other tourists would ever see. Take me somewhere where, some real New York shit, basically, right? So she took me she picked me up, drove to the Bronx, and went to,
Did it drive by?
Yeah, we did a drive-by, man.
Cultural there.
She has a child, you know, like that. We did a drive-by. She took me to an all Dominican, like, hip-hop R&B club.
Yeah.
And me, the idiot, I didn't have my, like, passport on me. I left it back at the hostel. All I had was $100 and my driver's license. No, I lost my driver's license. I didn't have any ID on me.
Yeah.
All I had was my $100, like a $100 note. And in New York, like, if you don't have, America, period, if you don't have ID, they don't let you in because they can't risk, like, the under 21 drinking shit. Like, it's fucked. Mm-hmm. Eventually got in. She knew everyone there. Got in, it was just pure Latino, man, like pure Central America. There was like Haitians, Dominicans, couple, you know, just Mexicans. It was fucking
Big booties popping everywhere.
It was an experience, man. It was pretty cool. And then when we were all like, I didn't realize that like the girl that I was with there, she was pretty like sort of her whole clique of friends were there. Like she was pretty popular like in that little group. And, like, she's dragged this dude. I was wearing, like, that Harlem chain.
Yeah.
Put that chain in Harlem. I had, like, the Colombian haircut, and I was dark ass.
People start speaking this going like, like Mexican, Puerto Rican and stuff.
Yeah.
And Tim was like,
no habla español. No habla español. Yeah, man.
How?
Yeah. So, so I looked like this dirty Mexican.
Wait, was Nick at this said club?
I had a nap.
He had a nap.
I was wrecked, man. No, you don't understand, man. Like,
Cuddled up in the hostel, sucking his thumb. Oh.
actually, the night before we got blitzed, and I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna have a nap.
Yeah,
Call yourself an Aussie.
I'm bailing.
No, I was actually in a hostel room with all the people, so it was alright.
But
The plot thickens.
Yes,
so like,
As did your
it was
wank.
sort of awkward, right? Because like she had all her friends there, and they were just staring at me like they said hello. Everyone was like courteous or whatever, but they were just sort of staring at me because she just kept handing me like drinks. She's like, have a drink, you know, like enjoy yourself, or whatever. And I'm just like being cautious and like just drinking, like not getting carried away. And then like all these dudes are like eyeing me off, like who the fuck is this guy? Like whatever. So I'm like, all right. I got up, I went to the bar. I put down the 100. This is all I had on me, man. Just a $100 note. That's it. Put the 100 down in the bar, slid it across to the girl. Okay, give me all the tequila shots you can give me with this. She's like, all right, cool.
5.
Yeah. I go back to the table. And
American
like,
drinks are a bit cheaper.
yeah, a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Then like, yeah, this girl comes along with like 2 platters of like tequila shots. And everyone's like, yeah, like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, why? And she just pointed at me. After that, everyone's like, I'm like, hey, what's going on? And everyone just started like doing shots and pouring them down my throat, like high-fiving me, hugging me and shit.
Yeah,
after that was sweet. Like,
Welcomed into the fold after
pretty
that.
much. But I went like,
Incognito.
I was telling this story to like one of my mates who was about to go to like South America. He's like, shit, man, you went all in. Like, just cashed every chip and just laid the heart. Like, I'm going to take the house on this one, man.
Had to be done.
Thank God I did, man, because after that, like, everyone's asking me to dance with them and shit, photos. It was pretty cool. But after we left, I was talking to my mate about, like I said, thanks for taking me to that club. It was really cool to see this and that. And then we were talking about race. I can't remember how it came up, because I asked her who was in that joint, because there were like a lot of dark dudes that looked like Haitian or whatever. And she said to me, no one else would really survive in there. Like, she says, you wouldn't see any white people in there at all. And I just look at her, but I am white. She goes, honey, you ain't white. That's what she said straight up. She goes, everyone knows, like, you're not white. Like, just by
you're like got some kind of
just by looking at you, like everyone thought you were fucking Colombian, like to start off with. But they, even after you said your name or whatever, no, everyone knows you're not white.
What's his name? Demetrius.
This is coming from a Dominican in New York. You know what I mean? They don't think I'm white. But then I told you that story about Nick and I and those 2 black girls from the UK, where they thought we would be fine in Melbourne with racism because we're white, and we just shook our heads like, you got no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said, well, do you know what a wog is? And they all got defensive.
Like, you can't say that.
You can't say that. I'm like, yeah, we can.
Yeah, we
Because
can.
in Melbourne we are.
Yeah.
We're the wogs. So it all depends on what your take is on race, depending where you're from.
Are we white?
Yes, in my opinion.
No, like in your eyes, would be like Caucasian. We're white.
Yeah.
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 But that's kind of what this guy was saying. If everyone thought like that, then you wouldn't be tied to being whatever.
So what do you do with your cultural identity?
Throw it in the bin and all become a human. Join the human family.
So what happens to, like, say, my 3,000 years of Greek history? Irrelevant.
No, it doesn't have to go away, but
Where does it go?
just acknowledge that.
He's in the bin.
There were once a people, but because of Thaddeus won, we're now just
No, he's not saying
uniformed aliens in grey silver jumpsuits.
This guy's got a feeling of a cult leader.
Yes, man. What? This guy's got like all the
Thaddeus,
spam emails.
and his name Thaddeus Russell.
Yeah,
No,
all the spam email kind of Johnny.
That's him.
What? This guy He looks like he couldn't get laid with a fistful of bananas, man. Look at him. He looks like the most plain white urban male in the world. And you're surprised he's saying we should just eliminate race because there's nothing he can cling to find some form of identity other than I'm a balding, unemployed white man. Are you joking?
It's not like
I'm so happy that he showed me the photo.
He's not saying like everyone. It should.
Oh wait, he's got my story.
It shouldn't be like everyone's just called white. It's
I
just
grew up,
humans.
got a job, got fired.
This is his opening line about him. When I saw the giant Roman columns, or are they Greek? I had a bad feeling I didn't belong there. Because he didn't belong there, huh? Nah.
Are they Greek?
Like what? So
You'd have to keep reading though. That, you know, like
I had essentially snuck into Columbia University graduate program. On the day I arrived, standing on the plaza of Low Library, I figured my chances of becoming a professional historian were not good. Well, I'm giving you, mate. This is like the secret. I just don't want to read it.
This guy's an idiot.
Born in Berkeley to professional revolutionaries. His parents were... Come on, man. My parents are members of the International Socialists, a Marxist organization dedicated to creating a workers' revolution. All right, so his father, my father was the son of a minister, Mormon, and the Mormons. My father was raised in a home where alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, dancing, music, movies were forbidden, and sex was never mentioned. He had a tough upbringing, like he would have had that religious upbringing. That's why he thinks like that too. He had a different upbringing. Like he wasn't allowed to even think for himself. This is what it is. Done. Like no music, no alcohol, no sex, nothing.
He's surrounded by blonde-haired.
Yeah, no, it makes a bit of sense. As in, that's his, but that's why he's thinking everyone should be the same, humans or whatever. Like, yeah.
Okay, you know what?
because he like, teaches philosophy and shit, so he's thought about it a lot. Like it's smart too.
Just because you teach something doesn't mean you're smart. We've said it ourselves. Half our teachers at school were fuckwits. I could start.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say just because of his upbringing is the way that he is. Like
my mother was a kind feminist,
thinking person
who called to question not just sexism, misogyny, but also the family. She had an affair with a hunky young comrade who just had been expelled from the University of Chicago because of a cocaine habit. He was only 22 years old. 7 years her junior. Did you read into this guy?
I listened to a few interviews with him.
You know, answer my question.
You know what pisses me off? You know what shits me is when people like take quotes from like celebrities or leaders or public figures or whatever.
Leader.
And they follow it blindly like, oh, they're so great, la la la. And then they question me on my morals or ethics or whatever, and then I bring up like a hypocrisy in one of their favourites. Like, oh, I didn't fucking read that, or that must be bullshit, or why do you have to fucking ruin everything? One of the biggest examples is Marilyn Monroe. What's that quote? Something about if you couldn't handle me at my worst, then why did you handle me at my best or some shit?
Yeah.
Or don't ask me, I'm just a girl.
So many
Too much gives you wrinkles.
so many girls still use that quote.
And then I point out the irony of, she was a woman who became famous because she took her clothes off and then had several high-profile affairs with the president, government officials,
JFK.
and a brother, and a brother Bobby, and his brother, sorry, and then like Joe
Bobby
DiMaggio.
Kennedy, man.
Name the celebrities. Frank Sinatra. Name the celebrity that Marilyn Monroe didn't bang.
Didn't bang.
Seriously,
list.
In that era of like the 50s and 40s, name a celebrity Marilyn Monroe didn't bang. But then, and they're like, oh, well, I don't see what that has to do. It's like, yeah, but if I did that, you look at me like I was a fucking scumbag, but it's okay for Marilyn Monroe?
Womanizer.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, I'm not saying Marilyn Monroe's a shithead for doing all that. What I'm saying is, if she has flaws like that, then so can many of us, because we're all human.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. Or, it's our path and... You're gonna fuck up. Like, we're humans. No one's perfect.
I love how I put affairs, and the first thing that came up was JFK and Bobby.
You see? Bobby, man.
And then she had, like, DiMaggio. She got married 3 times. But that's on top of her affairs.
Mm.
So
that's fine. You know what I mean? Marilyn Monroe was like a civil rights leader to half of these women. I hate that. Yeah. It's like, man, I got into it once. I was actually thinking about it on the way here. I got into it once with, like, an old mate, like this, like, 6-7 years ago. I was listening to Chris Brown, and this is when the whole Rihanna thing had happened, and she tried to give me like a scolding because I listened to Chris Brown and I supported his
How dare you?
Yeah, like, oh, you know, I can't listen to his music. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you were dancing to his shit in the club like 2 minutes ago.
Grinding on some cock to his song.
Yeah, like literally, you were in a club with me like 2 hours ago or whatever, and you were dancing to his tunes. It's not like you just took a moral, like, high horse and just sat down, you know, like when his song came on, you know?
Yeah.
And I go, really? I go, well, you love Usher. Yeah, and Usher made a whole album about how he fathered another child while he was, like, married or whatever. Like, that was My Confessions. That's what it was all about. Isn't that morally, like, you know? Oh, it's not quite the same thing. Like, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
You're the high priestess of, like, the urban music world. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Calm down, son.
3-pack.
Let's not actually get started on your own. Hang on a second. I'm going to see if this...
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Bobby?
On?
Just anything. As in,
I don't know.
You brought up the question, but we want
I
to
was
hear
gonna say,
we want to hear your thing.
It's really interesting. While all this has been going on, my cousin in New York, we were talking about struggle raps because I said I missed copying mixtapes and stuff. You know, the old DJ K-Slade mixtapes and whatever. And he goes, I still see struggle rappers out there trying to sell their CDs. I'm like, and he's like, where the fuck am I going to play a CD, fam? And I said, struggle rap. I go, that's hilarious. He goes, I said, cunts need to hand out USB sticks, like the mixtapes and USBs. And he goes, that's what I said. And some guy like in Harlem trying to sell his CD on the corner. The cunt called me a racist when I said I wasn't buying one. He goes, he lost it. And I said, how are you racist? I go, I'm actually doing a podcast right now. We're talking about race. So I'm just waiting for him to reply.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good little segue. There you go.
Yeah, man.
Live podcast.
Because he wouldn't buy a CD.
Because you would call him a racist.
Racist.
Because you wouldn't buy a CD. It's like, how am I racist?
It's a bit harsh.
Why? And if you see my cousin as well, he's not like a typical like white guy. Like he's like fair skinned, but he's like covered in tats
everywhere.
He's like he walked out of Kobe Bryant's dressing room. You know what I mean? Like, are you serious? That's the comeback. Like, you're not going to buy my CD, you're racist. What? Because I said you need USB sticks.
Harsh.
Fuck. Man, that fucking quotable shit, that has been on my mind like heaps. Because I remember someone criticised me for having Marilyn Manson quotes. No, not Marilyn Manson, Charles Manson quotes on my my Facey account ages ago. I've been really on I'm thinking of shutting down my Instagram account, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the last bit of social media I've got left, and like Twitter's there, but I don't use it. But I might get rid of it just because I've had enough.
Of?
You know what I'm sick of seeing? I swear to Christ, it ties in with. Did you watch the Footy Show last week?
No.
I've gone off the Footy Show.
Footy
I
Show
don't watch
shit.
it. I don't watch it.
Yeah. It's fucked.
The only thing I saw was Sam Newman say, if Carlton beat Sydney, I'll eat the shirt.
The jumper.
Eat up, old man.
Yeah.
Eat up.
Choke on it, Sam.
Yeah, literally. Choke on it, mate.
Yeah. It was post Footy Show. Actually, it wasn't even Footy Show. It was Eddie Maguire saying, did you read about Fev wanting to make a comeback?
Yeah.
And then play
To the AFL.
Yeah, instead of play for
he's
Collingwood.
probably, you know what, though? He could probably do better than half these forwards at the moment, man.
Be better than Cloak, probably.
Dude, he'd be better than half
Okay,
these
hang on.
fans.
The reason why I brought the Footy Show up was because of Sam Newman talking about football purists.
Yeah.
And the way the game's changing. And then post Footy Show, Eddie Maguire commented on Favola saying he wanted to come back in.
Yeah.
And this ties into a whole other theme that's been pissing me off, which has been all over the net. And I was going to address it, see what you guys thought. Mm-hmm. So which one do we go for first?
I know what the Fev one is with Eddie
Fill me
Maguire.
in with the Fev thing.
So I know what that is.
Okay.
I read up on it.
Favola said that he wants to put his hand up for the rookie draft.
He'd get fit and he'd,
and he'll come back to Collingwood, right? Eddie Maguire.
Start dieting, big fella.
Yeah, well, dude, Eddie Maguire's exact words were, Fev's too fat to play footy.
Like, is that...
Too fat. Like, outright, Favola is too fat to play football.
His exact quote.
His quote, not like, he's a bit out of shape.
That was his quote.
He's not fit. He didn't say he's not fit enough to play football.
Favola's fat.
Fat. I thought, if that was a woman on the, like, getting called too fat, man, Maguire would be dead. Collingwood would be like off the grid. As in they'd have to settle some lawsuit for defamation and harassment, body shaming. Like, you name the fucking whatever you want to name, right? And Favola would be suing for like millions on his own. What's the word? Damages.
Yeah.
Mental anguish.
Mental anguish.
Yeah, I'm afraid to leave the house.
Defamation.
I can't look at myself anymore.
I'm depressed.
Yeah, I have body dysmorphia, like all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
How come, like, no one said anything? Why? Because he's a man?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Definitely.
Because Eddie Maguire said it about a man, and Favola hasn't come out saying, go fuck yourself, that you destroy me.
Feminist society.
Yeah, is that fucked?
Huh.
Not because I think people should just be okay to cop abuse, but because there's the glaring double standard.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it caught my eye is because of the shit that's been pissing me off has been this whole body positive shit on the net.
Yeah.
Like, every time you look at Instagram, man, my entire feed, like my search feed of Instagram, not like accounts that I follow, but just the search thing.
Yeah.
It's always about body positive shit, which is fine. Like, I've got no problem with body positive. But it's always these pictures of women with 1,000 followers, right? Which in the world of social media is jack shit, right? Like, I mean, our podcast could have 1,000 followers if we just started spamming the fuck out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's pictures of these women in their jocks, or like, practically naked, and they've got like everything hanging out, like,
Covering their nips with their hands.
yeah, and like, and they're like, oh, this is my body, I don't need it for anyone else.
I'm proud.
I've got body dysmorphia, blah, blah, blah. But, I'm proud of everything. It's yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like, yeah, cool, that's fine. But then on the flip, remember we talked about it with, Nick was in Greece. It was an Arthur episode, and we talked about the plus-size model between, the differences between plus-size models between Ashley Graham and Tess Holliday. How
Yes.
one is morbidly obese.
Yes.
And then how the counter damage of that would be
Health risks and
yeah, health risks. Okay, it's got nothing to do with what you look like, but it's the fact that you're fucking morbidly obese
Yeah.
and you could lose a leg and die. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, hang on a second, man. It's fine to celebrate who you are, but you're promoting obesity.
Yeah, you're promoting an unhealthy choice.
Yeah. And obesity is a disease the way anorexia is a disease.
Yeah.
So, and we're allowed to shame anorexic looking models, but we have to back obese models?
Yeah, no shit.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
That's what pissed me off. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man? And then Maguire calls Favola fat and nothing actually happens.
Yeah.
And then on the flip, how come my search feed hasn't got any obese men in their jocks celebrating their fucking strength and unity?
Done. I'll search for it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
If I came out and just said, this is my body, scars and all, no one's going to give a fuck. It's like, you just sit down, mate, put some clothes on, get back to work.
It's big time feminist society, for sure.
And that's the thing. I'm not saying it because I think obese people are fucking... It's mad. Shutterstock photo of a dude in his jocks. No, but like, it's got nothing to do with body shaming because I've got no problem with that, clearly. Right? Like, half of my Instagram feed are like what you would consider plus size models. Even though I don't consider them plus size, I consider them fucking normal.
Yeah.
Compared to Kate Moss. Like, these are fucking normal women.
Yeah. Well, you consider them hot, right?
Yeah, you can consider whatever you want. Like, it's personal preference or whatever. I'm not body shaming anyone, but to promote, not even to promote, but just to champion people. And like, none of these posts are about healthy living either.
No.
It's literally like a woman wrapped in like some fucking clothing, garb, clearly morbidly obese.
Yeah.
It's, oh, you go, girl, fucking strength, beautiful. Like, dude, she's gonna die of fucking...
Dude, on the news they're always talking about kids, the obesity epidemic, and how we need to fucking...
How we have to get rid of sugar in schools.
Exactly.
To combat obesity, but you get on Instagram and there's fucking women like being like, yeah!
But if it's a middle-aged woman, it's fine. That's
not even middle-aged, man. None of these girls are in their early 20s.
Yeah, you go, girl. It's fine.
Like, you have a heart attack, man, because you can't walk. And whose fault's it going to be?
Yeah.
People are genuinely worried, like, hey...
But that's what pissed me off, like the whole thing. And then on the flip as well, it pissed me off that, on the same note, dude, every time, because of all the hip-hop models or like whatever, like, your regular feed, because you get, your search feed brings in shit that you've searched, stuff that would be related to your likes and like previous history, and then what your friends like as well.
The big entangled web.
So you get like, all the Kim K shots, and you get all the Jenner shots and all that. And then you get all the like, dude, 2,000 women, a woman gets like 20,000 followers or something, all of a sudden she's like a public figure.
Yeah.
And she's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck are these entrepreneurs?
Do people know what entrepreneur means?
I'm looking at the accounts. Out of curiosity, I'm looking at the accounts. some chick in Vegas on a showgirl or a stripper or it's like entrepreneur. All you're selling is your Patreon account, or your Snapchat account. Mm-hmm. Like, how does it make you an entrepreneur?
It's easy to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. If I did that, I'd just be like some scumbag.
Yeah. I'll try and sell you this Pepsi Max.
Yeah. Here's a picture of my dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's a picture
$4.95
to the highest bidder. You know what I mean? It just made me laugh. Like, how the fuck are you entrepreneurs, man?
Yeah.
You're grinding a pole.
Yeah.
Making money off like a waist trainer or like a teeth bleaching kit, everything that they sell.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you
an entrepreneur is someone who starts their own business.
A startup.
Successfully.
Works hard.
Works hard. Opens up another one. I heard a thing, someone saying, you're not an entrepreneur unless you've opened 2 or 3 businesesses. That's an entrepreneur.
And you have employees.
Yeah, that's right.
Not just taking a few snaps.
Snaps of your balls and selling them on eBay.
Can you just picture great entrepreneurs of the 21st century? Like the guy from Tesla?
Yeah,
Bill Gates?
Yes.
Steve Jobs?
And the chick from Vegas.
Candy? Tracy Sparks.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
She was a pioneer.
If they're entrepreneurs, then so are like drug dealers.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah.
They're more
Big
of an
Bubba
entrepreneur.
D, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
Dylan Dime Grammy bags,
Dude, they're more of an entrepreneur. They're hustling.
on the stock exchange by 2011 May. We did it, man. Like, what? It makes no sense.
So going back to what Eddie said, what do you think about that comment?
Well, he's allowed to say whatever he wants. And
coming from a bobblehead. Look at his fucking head, man.
Yeah.
So if we came out now, right? Right, and went to the news and made it known,
That
like
big red
Eddie's head looks like a fucking squashed fucking crab. Like, would he take offence to that? He'd probably sue us for defamation, wouldn't he? So I can't.
You're probably going to get sued later on in this week.
I don't care. Bring it on. I've got nothing.
To be fair, Vola looks like he's out of shape to play AFL grade footy.
Yeah,
right.
I understand that, but he could have just said that.
At the same time,
Dude, my first thought when you said it was, like, straight away I thought of Roy Country Nelson in the UFC.
oh yeah, big Roy.
He's
Yeah.
majorly fat, but he's super fit.
Yeah.
Like, fat dudes can still be super fit.
Dev still plays footy, man.
So his choice of words was wrong. He should have just said maybe needs to get fitter. Or
He's
something.
not at AFL standard.
Yeah.
He's not even at VFL
And
standard.
then, to be fair,
he's not.
it's like Plugger, Gary.
Have you seen Plugger?
No. All these dudes were like my mate in Adelaide said, the last of the fat cunt full forwards.
Yeah.
Big fucking dudes. And that's what Sam Newman, that's what I was going to say. Did you watch a footy show? Show was a write-off, except, like, they had Manny Pacquiao on.
Oh, did they?
Manny Pacquiao's a boxer. Why is he a guest on the footy show? They're trying to get him to, like...
He's probably never watched an AFL match in his life.
Do you know how much how much Tony Lockett's lost?
Oh, no.
You remember Tony Lockett, right?
Tell me he's not all lean and stuff.
Dude.
Oh,
He
God.
looks like the...
Dude.
Holy shit!
Billy, man. Billy hasn't changed since the 90s.
Dude, he looks emaciated,
Can I
though.
please see Plugger? Oh, my God.
Looks like he's on the
Dude.
smack.
Dude, he went on he's off the beers, he's off everything. And he's actually a part-time coach now for the Sydney Swans. That's why they're doing so shit.
So thin.
Fuck, man, he's rake thin, dude.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Yeah. He looks almost sick.
But that was that's the thing. When Plugger was playing, the game required a big, strong, sturdy...
Yeah, you got Dunstall and you
Dunstall,
got...
Whitnall.
Yeah, different type of game.
Whitnall. Lance Whitnall.
Probably the best big forward of all time.
Yeah, Whitnall. Oh,
He's
mate.
kicking like 8 goals a game.
Yeah, look at his stats, man.
That's when I was going to the footy a lot. I used to love
man.
watching...
Big red, man. Big red.
It's like Plugger, right? Like, some dudes, like, when they lose weight, they don't look right.
No.
They're meant to be, like, bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because their genetics are big.
Yeah, and, like... It was
You're
like
going to go tell a Nordic fucking strongman, look, mate, you're morbidly obese on the
your body index, BMI, yeah.
Yeah, the
Body
BMI.
mass index,
It's
yeah.
like, you need to lean down, have a few cuisine, have some of these light and easy starter packs, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
This guy's just looking at you like, mate, I fucking swing tree trunks around all day. Like,
You know what? Whitnall didn't kick as many goals as we thought he did.
dude, he was kicking like literally 8 goals a game. At
I know
one
he
point.
had a really bad end of like his career.
Oh,
Like,
they
as in,
just
like,
dropped him out of
But
nowhere.
at the start,
Unceremoniously got rid of him.
well, at the start of his career, he was on fire. And when he burst on the scene, everyone's like, "Who is this kid?"
Yeah.
like snapping him from everywhere. And
He had like a 6-month peak and then just...
Yeah,
it's like
the Baghdadis of the AFL world.
It's like Brad Pearce, man. Remember that guy who played for Carlton?
Yeah, Brad Pearce, yeah.
216 games, played for 10 years. So on average, yeah, did all right. 348 goals.
So was that equal to like 1 or 2 goals a game? Not even? 1.3 or something.
Which is not that...
Not for a full forward.
I know for the end of his career was really bad. Like, the last 3 years, he didn't kick nothing.
That's what would have brought the average down.
That's what it brought it down. But
'Cause he was
by like
excelling.
150 games, he kicked like 348 goals.
Yeah.
He didn't kick anything for an extra 100 games.
Yeah. His last 100, it was just...
But he was very burly and fucking, you know...
Oh,
like,
he got a fat camp, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
And he kept relapsing. He'd come back. He'd come back. He'd be all thin.
Have you seen him now?
No.
He's even worse, man.
Are you serious?
Lance.
Holy shit!
Oh, my God.
Poor guy, man.
Lance.
But he's still playing.
Yeah, what a gun.
He's still playing because he had that knee issue.
He was young, though.
His knee deteriorated. That was.
He was really young.
Yeah.
I remember he was young when he played. So he wouldn't be that old now.
He's 37.
Yeah, I was going to say he wouldn't be 40 yet.
No, he's 37. What a
Looks like
champ.
he's 50.
Lance!
But that's what I was saying about Sam Newman, yeah?
Yeah.
He was basically saying the game has changed to the point where football purists can't watch it anymore because it's all a running game now. And he brought up like 10 examples and he had like the video replay going and it was like a St Kilda game, a Port game, just showing they got the ball from like literally the back line or like the mid and the guy ran it, they handballs and running it from like the back line all the way to the forward line. He's like, players are too scared to kick it forward, right? Coaches are teaching players, they're getting rid of the ball work and it's just running and handballing. And
Chalk and cheese, Nick.
Chalk and cheese, buddy.
yeah, he goes, they're getting rid of I'm doing even the Sam Newman point right now.
And the hand movement,
the hand.
the gestures.
Yeah. And he's saying how it's boring to watch because it's literally just a running match from the back line to the forward line.
It is.
He goes,
I don't think it's boring.
Cloaks, the Cloaks, and he's like, the Cloaks and the Rewalts and all these players and the Brown. He goes, he named Cloak, Brown, and I can't remember who else he named, just in his examples. He's like, they're not being able to do their job as full forwards because they're not getting the ball anymore.
Yeah.
You know, players are just running it in and then panicking when they get to the 50 line. If they get to the 50 mark, they're panicking and just sending it forward, giving Cloak like no options, and you're waving your arms around and like no one's seen him. And he goes, it's going to change the game completely. He goes, forget all the third man up and all that sort of shit. Just says the sport's changed that much now where it's boring for footy purists. And Sam Newman referred to himself as a purist. He goes, I, like myself and like other people who want to watch a fucking forward take a mark over like 3-4
Yeah, man,
guys.
that's exciting.
Yeah, because it's
know?
just boring because it's just running and footy purists aren't watching football anymore. They're just watching like a relay.
you might as well-
They're watching a relay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's showing like footage of like a St Kilda game. The ball literally changed hands between like 10, 15 players from the back line to the
Before
forward
it
line.
got to-
Didn't even get kicked in the end.
Yeah.
Just got dribbled along the boundary.
Well, the Bulldogs have brought in this handball game now. It's handball.
Carlton introduced the handball game. The running game was first introduced by Carlton in 95. That's why we won, because we had this new strategy.
And everyone was like, what the
no
hell
one
just
had seen
happened?
it. But at the same time, how many goals did fucking Sticks kick in 95?
Dude, I'll tell you.
No, seriously.
Yeah. Or in his career. Like
95, how many goals?
you know what? We might as well play stick war.
Certainly.
Done!
Yeah, but I don't think that's completely gone out of the game. Like, I watched the Gold Coast Suns versus North Melbourne match. And it was, you got Tom Lynch for Gold Coast, who's a big forward.
That's true. He's a big dude.
Yeah, but Ben Brown down the other end. And they were both sort of...
But what happens in the middle? Like, it's all handballs. Everything's handball. And every one of those players is an athlete. And yeah, okay, there's progression. It's always going to get better. Like, as in there's always
The game's going to evolve.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah. But
Depending on the draft,
I think there's still room for the big forwards, though, and stuff. Like,
I don't think there is. There's no point.
like Tom Lynch, man. Like,
Yeah, okay, Tom
Freak.
Lynch is one dude. And you go,
that's the next breed.
Sam Newman
That's the
mentioned
next breed.
Cloak, Buddy, Brown. That were the three names.
See, if you compare Tom Lynch to Cloak, completely different. Like, Lynch is a big, tall dude, but he's super athletic. He's agile, fucking...
But not everyone's built like that. Not everyone's built like Kuda.
But that's the next wave, you know? It's going to be this big athletic forward.
But that's who they're going to draft. Big Buddy-like type players. But, like, the game's obviously evolving. But for the last 10 years, man, have we seen high-flying forwards, like, taking massive pack marks off heads? Because everyone's afraid to touch the other player as well. You know what I mean? That's the other thing he was saying. Like, going up for a contested mark, you're too afraid to do it now because you're afraid you're going to get whistled. So you just go around and handball and look for a cheap kick. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what he was saying.
yeah.
Like, with all the bullshit rules, coddling players and, like, taking away, like, that aggression and taking away the right to even just play the game as it was meant to be played, It's just changing the game altogether. It's going to make it fucking boring because everyone's like holding hands. Like,
A little bit. I don't know.
Kernahan was always around the
He's still getting
80 mark. He was always around the 80 mark.
Kernahan was always around kicking 80 goals. When do players kick 80 goals in a season, man? What were the last Coleman winners? 60 goals? You know, if you've got 50 goals in a season, you're a Coleman like runner-up.
Well, like, little dudes are in the running for Coleman now.
Yeah.
Like Eddie Betts and stuff like that.
Exactly, because there's no more pack marking. Eddie Betts won't take a pack mark over like 10 players. He'll get buried into the ground. He'll be waiting for the cheap dribble to crumb the ball and like kick a snap.
We still get some pretty spectacular marks though.
Yeah, but it's not like, remember when Fev and Buddy were both in the running for the Coleman? Fev kicked 99. This was like nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
more of a team game, like a lot more goal kickers in the team.
But that's not what AFL was about.
Alright, so-
Yeah, totally.
The Dunstals, the pluggers, you know.
Let me give you the last, say, let's go 10 years, alright? So we'll go from last year down.
Yeah.
Alright? Actually, no. We'll go from 2007. Jonathan Brown, 77. Alright, Lance Franklin, 102 in 2008.
Yeah, that was the one when Fev kicked 99.
Yeah. Fev, the next year, kicked 86. He won it. Jack Rewald, 78. Lance Franklin, 71. Jack Rewald, 65.
65.
Jared Ruffhead, 68. Lance Franklin, 67. Josh Kennedy's won it for the last 2 years, as in 15 and 16, so he kicked 75. And last year, he reached 80, and that was the first time since Fev did it in 2009.
So those numbers show it's more of a team game. Everyone's getting involved.
No,
in
those
kicking
numbers
goals.
show it's more of a running game, and
there's
no
more
one's
people
looking for the
involved.
big forward
Yeah.
to fucking
Yeah.
boot him.
Because now you've got goal-kicking midfielders.
Yeah,
And the small forwards, pocket forwards, are getting more
exactly.
goals and stuff.
And that is primarily not just because the game's changed, because everyone's more athletic and blah, blah, blah. It's because people are afraid to go to the forward option. People are afraid to kick it because their hands are fucking tied. And during this whole Sam bit, he was showing examples of the fact that like calls that shouldn't have been made, like plays literally not even touching the dude, and the ball's just gone, yeah, free kick. Why? I don't know why. Just take the free kick just because I didn't see what happened. Like literally, there's no reason to keep stopping the game just because you can't see a call. You're just going to make an assumption that there was a call. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It just takes the whole.
But still, I still like watching footy,
but it's not the same.
it's not the same.
No, it's definitely different.
I don't want to watch a relay race, man, from the back line to the forward line. I want to watch.
I see tackles. I want to see
tackles, hard fucking tackles. I want to see dudes taking.
You know
pack marks.
why though? It's because that's the game we grew up with.
Yeah.
But even back in the day when we grew up with footy, even the ones that were in the 50s and 60s were saying, "Oh, footy's not the same anymore."
Yeah.
You know, it's not a man's game anymore and stuff. But the kids growing up now watching this footy will know no different. 'Cause that's what they're.
So we're turning into those old cunts.
Yeah. I'm wearing funny right now.
Dude, my trackies, man.
I still like the game though. I reckon it's great. I love all the athleticism and the
But
fucking.
like they were showing, you know what? He was showing replays of like dudes. that were
Non-purist.
I'm a modern purist.
He was showing replays of dudes trying to take pack marks and they were getting whistled, right? For like pushing the back, whatever. There was a shot, I can't remember who the player was that went up for the grab, and they had, what's his name, Montagna from St Kilda?
Oh, yeah.
And they had Cloak on as a guest, and they were asking him, like, what do you reckon of this call? Oh, and they had, Croft as the third panelist, right?
Shane Crawford, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were showing the replay, and the dude's gone up for a mark, like to take a specky off someone, and got whistled for, like, pushing the back or whatever. And they're like, oh, well, you know, what was wrong with that? And Sam Newman's lost it. He's like, are you kidding? Hasn't even touched him in the back. He's just put his knees up on the guy's shoulder. He goes, the rules clearly state, you can take a fucking pack mark, you can use your knees to elevate yourself on the other dude's shoulders or whatever.
Andrew,
or the back.
Andrew Walker.
As long as you don't put your hands in his back or on his shoulders.
Yeah, was it a realistic attempt for a mark?
Yeah, he went up.
And he touched the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just a mistake on the umpires.
Yeah, but there's these every single week, and it's that shit that's stopping players from even attempting to take marks because they don't want to get pinged for a free kick or
So
something.
everyone's now on the ground just running.
Running. It's the safe option.
You can't hip and shoulder anymore and players duck their heads down intentionally to get free kicks.
Yeah.
And these are the rules that the rules committee have brought in that's ruining the game.
And he said all these play, and like someone said, oh, you know, well, that's clearly, it's got to go back to the ref commission or whatever. Because he goes, I'm not throwing the coaches under the bus. I'm not throwing the players.
No, it's the rules committee.
I'm throwing the rules committee out.
Yeah.
Because the coaches are just doing what they can to adapt to the rules, and the players are just reacting to the rules being put in.
Yeah.
The rules committee won't address any of this shit, but they'll spend a week deciding whether or not a player can wear a multicoloured headband on his head, which clashes with his uniform.
Yeah.
Because they spent 5 days. Who was it? The player from, was it Port or Freo or something?
Freo, I think.
He had like a multicoloured headband.
Yeah.
It didn't fit with his uniform.
Yeah.
And they spent 5 days deliberating on it. When they'll spend 5 days deliberating on a headband, but they won't look at the fucking rules of the game.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember when all these rules started to change, I just kept saying, like, just keep it just simple. And just, if it's blatantly obvious, call it. If not, let it play.
But that's
how it should stay.
That's
because once you start adding on, it becomes too technical and players don't know what's going on.
Exactly. Players are getting confused.
Yeah, confused.
Like, they don't know whether... Now, this deliberate out-of-bounds thing. Like, what the fuck is that? So you can pump at 50 metres and it'll take a wrong bounce and it'll go outside and be called deliberate.
Yes.
How is it deliberate?
So you have to kick it towards the centre of the ground.
Absolutely.
It's like you're only option now.
So if you're a shit team, right? No shit. If you're a shit team and you've got, I can't go to the boundary. Sam Rose there. He's going to punch it out and get called deliberate. You know what I mean? And plays, and then he'll get tackled.
Yeah. So once again with that rule, if it's blatantly obvious that he just handballed it over the line on purpose,
like it used to be.
Like that's how it should stay.
Yeah.
That should just be a fundamental thing.
Footy was always simple until these fucking hacks in suits came in and started changing the rules.
Yeah.
People that have never played the game. We're talking just businessmen that got jobs on the committees and businessmen that have taken over clubs like CEOs and blah, blah, blah. Have never actually played the game.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was at work the other day, walking through in the morning, like half asleep. And as I'm walking around, like to get to the smoker room or whatever, I saw like 5 team leaders, like 5 managers. Not even team leaders, like managers that you never see on the floor. And they were all milling around a transporter and they were trying to figure out where to put the screen, like screens on them. And like where the keyboards are.
And they're team leaders.
They were arguing about like where to put it to be more ergonomically thing. I didn't see a single worker like there. No casuals, nothing.
You didn't want to ask the workers about what they think?
Not even a team leader who's actually on the floor with us and would use the equipment. Just like 5 managers.
Yeah, ass scratchers.
I just looked at them and they looked up at me as I was walking past. I just like shook my head. I'm like, you cunts are fucked, and just kept walking. They don't think to ask the people who actually involved, man.
Who actually use the machinery.
Use it on a daily basis.
Yeah, nah.
It's like, hey, Jeff, you use this every day.
You spend 9 hours a day on this machine.
Where's the best spot for this?
5 to 6 days a week.
Tell us what you
45
think.
hours a week you spend on this
Where's
machine.
the most comfortable place to put it?
No.
Show me.
We're gonna ask the managers who know how much it costs. Like,
Fucking pen pushers, man. I'm sorry.
seriously, man. Hey, did you see the Toby? Is it Toby Green?
Green when he smacked
See the punch?
Caleb Daniel.
You didn't see the? Come on, Johnny.
He plays on the edge though. I'll give
Is
him
this the
that.
GWS versus?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I'll try and find
Watching
it.
the game, he's fucking come out to spoil a mark. Players taken the mark clearly. Toby Green has just swung his fucking fist out and just punched him in the face. Guy's dropped. Blood starts coming out of his mouth.
Well, after he took the mark, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then Toby Green stops on the mark and just puts his hands up like, I didn't do anything. Refs like umps automatically pinged him and just said, nah, you're getting reported. We've been watching you for like 3 weeks. But I didn't do anything. If you saw his face, he looked like the biggest corn-fed little white prick. Just like the most entitled little cunt you've ever seen in your life, man. And I was just like, are you serious?
I've got a good video for it. Obviously, I have to show Johnny. I can't show you guys.
Yeah.
Press play on that.
No, we'll put it up on the page.
Yeah, press play.
Just play. Look how disgusting it is, man.
Ooh.
Like, we're talking a full punch, man. It wasn't
That's a
like...
fucking swing.
That's just an aggravation.
You press and play. Like,
Yeah, they just keep replaying it.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Right on the
so
button.
he's gone to...
Right on the jaw.
Yeah, he's gone to contest, and then he's gone, you know what, I'm not going to win this. So he swung his other arm around and just...
Yeah, he got pissed off.
But in the old days, Manton would just walk over there and start fucking shirt collaring the guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now you can't even do that because you'd be fighting. Inside. It's like, dude, if someone punched my teammate like that, I'd be over there in a minute just fucking standing on him.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Started laughing at his face. Look at these little entitled cunts.
I love it. He's like, what?
Dude,
what did I do?
Yeah. And I looked in. I didn't know who he was. I looked him up. Dude, he played at Oakley.
Did he?
He played at Oakley. He went to school at Wesley. Dude, and now he got his contract and disappeared to GWS because all the wogs would have been charging
He
him
probably got
around.
hassled by Nick. That's where all his anger comes from.
Fuck him.
Nick stepped on him like 20 years ago.
That just ruined him.
Yeah,
Fuck Toby Green.
seriously.
I played him back in the juniors and...
I thought, you
That's
little...
worse though, man, because Caleb Daniels, all his momentum's coming forward.
yeah,
into the
and
punch.
he's leant in with the punch, and
That's
Daniel's
dangerous.
face was coming down, And it was a clean hit, man.
How disgusting is
Like
that?
he's wearing that helmet. It probably helped a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what he got? A week.
1 week.
Two.
Oh, because you accepted a guilty plea.
Yeah. But, like...
But you know what pissed me off, man? The fact that as he's walking off, he's like, what did I do?
Oakley charges.
He played for Oakley.
Well, you punched the guy right in the jaw, flush.
But that's what I'm saying, man.
Obviously.
I've hit people in contact sport, like, contact sport or semi-contact sport. I've accidentally given someone a nudge, accidentally, and then stopped playing and gone down to, hey, mate, you alright? Like, no hard feelings or whatever. Like, gone for a kick, accidentally chipped the guy in the leg. I'm like, dude, I'm really sorry.
There's nothing accidental about
There's nothing
that.
accidental, and he's just walking off the mic. What did I do?
And the ump was like, listen, we've been watching you for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You've been on the edge.
Yeah.
I'm reporting you.
Yeah.
If I saw him out at a club,
I'd smack him.
if I went to Sydney, dude,
This is for Caleb Daniel.
My boy Daniel.
dude, I'm not even joking. If I went to Sydney and saw him out at a club, hey, Green, if he thinks he's getting thumbs, like, you're a fuckwit for thinking you can punch a dude and walk off.
Yeah.
I'd fucking literally just tell the cunt what I thought. Just go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Spoiled little shit.
No, seriously, man. That's
Yeah.
disgusting. Where's the sportsmanship if you got the balls to walk?
Private little school kid,
What did
like,
I do? You punched a guy in the face, you fucking
squared him up, and he knew exactly.
Oh,
Caleb Daniel's a small guy, so he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Toby Green.
He'd probably been running rings around him half the game, and he just pissed off and just fucked cop this motherfucker.
But
That's dangerous because all his momentum was coming
yes,
forward.
but if you look at his history, he's actually been charged by the cops before for assault, not on the footy field, as in general.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I was reading about. Yeah.
He's been a cunt of a bloke.
Toby.
And you look at him, and he's just like, are you serious?
He got assault charge. On 13th of May 2014, Green was charged with a number of offences, including assault with a dangerous weapon and intentionally causing serious injury over an alleged assault in a Melbourne licensed venue previous night. He faced a court on December the 9th where he's faced one charge of unlawful assault and was fined $2,500 and escaped conviction. So the club would have been pleading.
Pocket change.
But the club would have been pleading, please don't give him a conviction.
Carrying weapons in a club.
I think he used a bottle or something
Dude,
to...
he needs Brian Lake to come in, just step on his throat.
He just looks like a wanker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him. Just look at him, man. Just the thought of it, oh.
You just want to punch him right now.
No shit. Just seeing that.
Okay, slow-mo. There's the actual photo of it.
Right on the jaw. Right. It's like a perfect punch.
Save it, man. Send it to me.
You
You know what I mean? Just the thought of him doing all that, because I remember reading his profile, and I'm like, this little entitled prick, man, went to like Wesley, and there are kids walking around with that chip on their shoulder, like they got edge. It's like, who are you, man? Come down to like Clayton, meet a few of the cousins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then tell me...
And they're just fucking,
Yeah, he's that guy.
he's that guy.
He's that guy, yeah.
And then kids are going to be looking up to him like he's like a fucking legend. It's like, dude, did you know about the assault charges he had over the last 5 years?
Bottling cunts in clubs and stuff.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off.
The memes are starting to go.
Play. Man, have you seen that? You know the other thing that was pissing me off? I was going to tie this in with the body image thing. Have you seen everyone losing it over Kim Kardashian's ass?
Oh, what now?
The one, some photo shoot that she did, like with her sisters or whatever, and then there were these candid shots of her, like walking along, like bare ass, like with no photoshopping or whatever, and you can see like a cellulite or like, because Kim Kardashian's ass is fake.
Yeah.
Like it's almost all fake, and it just looks totally warped.
Some people still
But
say it is.
everyone's coming out saying, yeah, proud, like brave, like all that shit. Like, why?
Brave.
This is what we're losing it over? Someone's ass? If I went out or had my ass hanging out in the street, people are like, put that shit away, man. Like you're in public. Every paper you open, there's a picture of Kim Kardashian's ass. Brave, strong.
God.
Like, are you serious?
Her ass has been the centre point of so much.
In the
fucking-
week around Anzac Day, you know what I mean? I think brave were the 16-year-old soldiers that went off to die in the war, not knowing what they
Died
were
in the
face.
trenches.
I wouldn't call them brave. Like, if they're brave and Kim Kardashian's brave, then what the fuck, man?
So Brave's just getting used the whole lot for no reason.
So what was her ass out for a shoot, did you say?
Nah, she was flat. She was doing a shoot for something, and then there were the candid paparazzi photos.
Oh, well, she was just walking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, okay. I guess she's brave.
Buddy.
I guess she's
So brave. She must be really brave.
She must be brave, man. Just
Paparazzo.
photo of like Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon.
Not brave. Not brave. Not brave at all. Not compared to Kim's
All the
eye.
explorers. Christopher Columbus, It's just Kim Kardashian. It's like Kanye West. Okay, married to Kim K. Kanye came out like 3 years ago. He was he was doing a gig somewhere, and like someone lobbed a bottle at him or something, and then he wrote this whole. He did this whole post later, like I don't know if it was on social media or whatever, and he's saying something like, but doing the gig and then like, you know, having the bottle thrown at him, like he felt for the first time. I think it was after he became a father. He's like, now I know what it feels like to. He likened it to being in the military or being a firefighter because he's out there risking his life. Oh. And then this guy's face. And then this cop came out and said, he said, don't liken yourself to cops or military or whatever, because you live a privileged life as a fucking media personality. And the last thing he wrote in the post, I think, was check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's weak.
How weak is that?
That's weak, man.
But Kanye's walking around thinking that. And there are other fuckheads. Toby Green! He's walking around thinking he's a hard ass when he looks like that little kid that just hid behind the teacher every fucking
Tell him to come a dandy, man.
Yeah, come to dandy him.
And try and buy kebabs inside the plaza.
He'd be shitting himself,
Mate,
man.
he'd be like, where am I? What is going on?
Reality check.
And I can tell you something. No one in Dandenong will know who he is, but they'll kick the shit out of him because of that entitled look on his face.
Just the look of it, yeah.
They wouldn't know who he is. Like, especially in Dandenong. They'll be like, who the fuck is this cunt?
Yeah. But do you think Toby Green would ever go to Dandy to buy kebab? Do you think he'd ever lower himself to the ranks of Dandenong?
Of course not. He'd be going to Safdara to buy himself some fucking macarons.
Hunky dories down on
Yeah, like he's playing at GWS. Do you think he's in fucking, what's it called? What's that?
Redfern and stuff.
No. What's the name of that suburb?
Cabramatta.
Oh, Blacktown.
Yeah, like Blacktown.
Racist.
Yeah, he actually ventures out.
Hey!
Racist.
Always with the black. Hey, speaking of which, I watched Dave Chappelle's...
It's a good segue.
Dave
Speaking of black.
Chappelle's newest special or whatever.
Oh, did you see it? I haven't seen it yet.
So good, man.
You good?
He's my favourite comedian by far.
Really?
Yeah, he's so good. He's so good. I love his style, man. His new one's great.
It's observational
really
stoner shit.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
That's why you love it.
I love it.
He's good.
He's so
Look, I saw Dave Chappelle live, and a lot of material I'd seen on the net and stuff like that. It was good live, but I don't know. Look, I'm not going to lie. I don't think Dave Chappelle's a genius. Is it that good though? Like, should I get it?
It's really good. It's really, really good.
Who are your favourite comedians? Like Dave Chappelle. Who else would you say is like stand up? As far as stand up goes.
That's the thing. I don't watch a lot of stand-up. And I haven't
Rogan
watched
there?
a lot. Yeah, I've watched Rogan's specials.
Yeah?
I like him. He's pretty good. I like that observational stuff, I guess. Like
Everyone's doing observational shit though. Like that's what the standard is now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched,
some people just have a knack of it, you know. Like Chappelle, he just nails it. Like I loved it. It was really good.
Did you ever see all his other specials? His old ones?
I've watched one other one, but I haven't watched much of his stand-up other than that.
Yeah.
Speaking of comics, you know who's doing the Wogs at Work? That thing's still around. You know that whole Wogs at Work thing?
No.
Nick Giannopoulos stand-up comedy. You know who's doing it with him? That Sushi Mango guys.
I didn't know they were stand-up comedians.
Yeah, they're doing a national tour.
But don't they just do YouTube videos of like crap?
Have you guys ever seen Carl Barron stand up?
Yeah, I find him a little dry.
Little dry?
He's okay. He's got some funny stuff, but it gets annoying a bit.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch him for too long, you know, you do it.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're saying,
he's got some funny stuff. Like, I'm not going to knock the guy. He's got some funny stuff, but I think he's just...
What about Jim Jeffries? Have you guys seen Jim Jeffries?
Dude, that guy is a king,
cunt.
man.
He's
He's a
great.
funny cunt.
He's great.
He's like
awesome.
the epitome of Aussie.
He's Aussie.
Aussie,
Oh.
yeah.
Like, if we had to put Australia on the world stage, I'd put, Jim Jeffries.
I love the Valentine's
He's big in America, big.
Yeah.
The birthday one or the Valentine's Day one is like, your gift to me, don't spend any of my fucking money. Like, that's the gift. Don't spend my fucking money.
Yeah.
But he's awesome. They love him in the States. They love him.
Yeah.
He's not big here.
Dude, he had a show over there as well.
Yeah, but he's not big here. He's
No,
huge over there.
Bert Newton is still selling out theatres.
Speaking of Bert, I saw the news car, he's at a hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Get well soon, Bert. Shout out to your son, Matty.
What?
Bobby says hello to Brooke Satchwell. Brooke, if you're listening. Well, okay, alright. Would you have Sophie or Brooke?
I was just thinking that before you said that.
You'd go Sophie.
Both at the same time?
No.
If I had to choose one?
If you had to choose one, it'd be Sophie, I reckon, for you.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I do love Brooke.
She's got a bit of a rat face. Like,
I know you think she has a rat face, but
no, she's cute. So I'm saying, like...
So Sophie takes pole position. Pole. Position. Pun intended.
Pun intended. Oh, man.
Definite pun intended.
Yeah, but,
You know that Bert Newton and Paddy Newton have split up?
eh?
Yeah.
Oh, was Bert having an affair or something?
My godsister sent me a thing of it.
Wasn't she there with him at the hospital?
Bert was bashing her.
Bert was beating the shit out of her. Like father, like son.
That's where Maddie got it
Stomping
from.
on Paddy's head. Come on, Bert.
He's just been bashing Paddy the whole marriage.
He looks like a prick, though. As in,
Bert?
he's such a loved character. Could you imagine him at home? I reckon he'd be a prick.
Oh yeah, like
That
real,
kind
like,
of-
dominating and like
Yeah, like a dominating figure. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do that, Paddy.
Yeah.
You know?
Just watching
Pulls
everything,
out the belt.
Yeah, dude. Do you know who I am?
watching everything she does, like,
Yeah.
and just like, yeah, I can see that.
Has her bank cards, like she can't spend anything.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's what I can see, man. I can
And
see
a
it.
real sexual deviant, I can see.
Yeah,
that as well.
well, they were saying back in the days he was like a bit of a man's man.
How
like-
so, like, just
Man's man.
Yeah,
Like, not a, yeah.
I just realised why.
love the dick.
I just realised why my godsister sent me a photo of the cover of Paddy Newton and Bert. She's a big Prince fan, so she sent me a thing for Paisley Park. What the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Do you know what they're doing? They're drilling into the door downstairs because they're trying to figure out what we're doing here.
If it gets worse, we'll have to take a
should
bit
be
of a
right.
yeah.
Should be right.
What'd you say? She's a Prince fan?
My godsister is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When Doves Cry was his only good song, just for the record.
Oh my god, man.
You know what? You need to shut your mouth.
And Cream was alright. That's it.
You're a dickhead.
Kidding.
She sent me a thing saying for a bucket list in the States. They turned Paisley Park, like Prince's mansion, they turned into like a, you know, like Elvis's, what's it called, Graceland?
Yeah.
It's like you get tours and shit into like his studio and all that sort of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent me a link.
Here's where he died.
New bucket list, Paisley Park tours, la la la. I said, yeah, like a pilgrimage, like a Mecca pilgrimage. And she goes, done. She goes, when are we going? You can't do this. You need a group to do this. And I said, when I knock up Paddy Newton, that's when I'll be able to take time off.
I'm getting bad
And then,
images.
and then I sent her the picture of Chappelle. I sent her the video of Chappelle knocking up Oprah.
Circle. There you go.
Oprah calls Chappelle. He's like, Dave, I'm pregnant. And he closes the phone. He's like, yes! I'm rich! And starts dancing and shit. Full circle, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then she sent me a photo of, the cover. She goes, did you play, what did she say? She goes,
Sorry, what are they turning?
were you trying to tell me something? Yeah, like yesterday, the secret split from Paddy and Bert. Yeah, dude, we're the worst. We're the oracles, man.
Oracles 3.
Yeah,
We are really.
like we
Honestly.
announced Jetstar being
Jetstar.
fucking ridiculous.
I had to vent. I was venting.
Yeah, and then 2 days later, they're in that
Worst-
survey, worst airline
in the world.
Do you know there was something else that none of us picked up on? I did, but I forgot to tell you guys
Oh, so you did, but no one else did because you're that much better.
because I'm the major oracle, like the main oracle. I have the crystal ball.
Oh, dude, I've been meaning to trap you all week. I haven't found you. I just want to say Mystic Bobby thinks otherwise.
Mystic Bobby.
Thinks otherwise.
No, it's when we were talking about.
I see blue. Mystic Bobby says otherwise.
When did you have breakfast? 8 a.m. What time is it now? 2 p.m. I sense that you're hungry.
Mystic Bobby knows. We were talking about
He's a wiener.
ISIS. We were talking about ISIS, right?
Yeah.
And then you, Nick, second tier oracle after me,
Yes.
brought up the Taliban, and you're saying no one's talking about the Taliban.
And it
the
came-
next day in the fucking news,
There was
they
a
said
massive,
there was a massive Taliban attack.
Yeah.
By
And I
who?
s-
By
I
the
spun-
Taliban.
No, is it like Taliban on who?
In Kabul. In Afghanistan.
I
Who
spun
are they
out.
shooting?
Their own people. And people that are, like allies with the West and stuff, or just, yeah.
I spun out, dude. I was like, I haven't heard of the Taliban
How long? How long was it?
for years. Nick said it yesterday, and then boom, they do an attack. Like the day after you said it.
There's something you don't know about me, boys.
That trip over in Afghanistan, that was for something else.
Yes,
Why
yes.
can't we
I
do something
I
nice?
worked.
Why can't we predict something nice for ourselves? Like, oh yeah, we should won the Powerbomb.
No, just terror and fucking
Mate,
anguish.
I'm gonna buy a Powerball ticket tonight now that you said that.
Do it.
Actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to buy one too.
And then what we'll do is, if you win, me and him are going to come over.
You'll come over and I'll be gone.
What about your podcast?
To Sloth Island.
To Sloth Island.
One way ticket to Sloth Island.
Hang on, is the Taliban still existing? As in, like, oh, just do they just have numbers down?
I think that, you know what? I think ever since ISIS came, they took their glory. Like, as in, like, and Taliban's like, you know what? Fuck this. And that's why we haven't heard anything from them. I reckon they've been building for, like, attacks now. And then they're going to start attacking people, which is unfortunate.
So are they?
It wasn't. Hey, the Taliban wasn't the thing where they walked in on a bunch of American soldiers eating lunch and just shot them dead. Was that the Taliban? I think that was them.
And they got blockaded. Was it Cat and Phoenix? Oh,
So wait, the Taliban are essentially just another Muslim
they're a loosely political rebel faction. Yeah.
But who are they?
They're their own people. As in, like, they're Afghani, but they're not fighting for anyone. They just want to take power. Because they were running Afghanistan for years.
Yeah.
Then no music, no this, no that.
Yeah.
Some people will tell you that they were started by the CIA, but hey, that's just...
Yeah.
Okay, so... Yeah, because they're very well trained.
Okay, so just to clarify for everyone, the Taliban are Afghani Muslim extremists in Afghanistan, and ISIS and ISIL are just...
See, I'll tell you something. Like, ISIS are more of a terrorist organisation. Taliban are an actual political group.
Okay, within Afghanistan. They don't want world domination. They just want Afghani domination.
Yeah.
Less ambitious.
Less ambitious, but step by step.
Less ambitious.
But they were running the country.
ISIS?
You know what, though? But that's what I was saying. Bin Laden was part of the Taliban.
It's like Kim Jong-un. He's so ambitious, he wants the world. And he's just like, Look,
we'll start with the country.
Yeah, he's in a little suburb in Albania, but he wants the world. You know what I mean? Taliban.
Look, settle down there, Muhammad.
Do you know what it says here? It says the Taliban, alternatively spelled Taliban, which recently changed their name and identity to Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan.
They changed their name,
They changed their name.
No, well, the papers haven't caught on because they said it was a Taliban attack.
Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan.
Did they pay the $80 fee?
Register the domain. Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, the IEA.
Qasim,
and they are a Sunni Islamic fundamentalist political movement in Afghanistan, currently waging war within that country.
Okay, so they're Sunni extremists.
Because, dude, when I was there, right, we were next to, like, if you go to Kandahar, like Camp Phoenix and shit like that. So what they did was...
Is this what you were training them?
Yeah, the little Caucasian guy from Melbourne.
The flanny.
Right, boys!
Rifles up! Get around it!
So what happened was, we had the base, right? They had the base like that.
I love how you're taking the piss. This guy was in the most dangerous region of the world. You're taking the piss out of him.
They had the tower,
You'll tuck them up. It's good.
These guys ambushed the doors, right? Came in, shot dead all the guards and stuff, took the tower, right? And had the tower for like 8 hours.
That just looks like a dick.
Yeah, it looks like a penis with two boobs.
Take a photo. We're going to put that up.
My idea of the Taliban.
I'll get a photo of it.
Nick's training of the troops.
This looks like a phallic symbol.
With a heavy metal merchant.
That's a phallic symbol, man.
Yeah.
Hence all wars are phallic symbols.
It's a phallic symbol with two tits down the bottom. Look at that.
See, that's my way of war, man.
That's everyone's way
So
of war,
they had
man.
no tower defense, is what you're saying.
Well, they took the tower inside the military base. What do you think was going to happen to them? Mate, they all got shot dead. Like, what's wrong with these people? Like, they took out people, but that's what they are. They're a political movement. They're a bad Cuba.
CIA trained.
They're a really evil Castro.
Did you see what Trump said about... he was during some interview, and he ended up, like, they kept asking him questions, and he ended up just waving them away, like he didn't want to answer any more questions. But he was describing the job as president or whatever. He was taken back by the bigness of the... He used the word bigness.
Oh, because he thought his previous job was easier or something? Or?
Yeah. He said that he didn't expect the presidency to be that hard or whatever and demanding.
What a douche.
But yeah, he used the word bigness. What president used the word bigness?
He's educated,
It's not even a word.
The only thing I've heard about Trump was he came out and said...
Your boy.
My boy Trump. He came out and said this has been the most successful political regime in history or something.
What a fuckwit.
Yeah, he said in the 100 days, because they basically they judge the presidency on the first 100 days. Fuck.
I'm pretty sure... Oh, bless you, my son.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, they judge it on 100 days.
Bless you, sweet Jimmy.
I sneezed, man. Like, relax.
I still bless you.
You don't need it. I'm just going to cut it out.
Take my blessing. I'm trying to be nice. Take the fucking blessing.
Take the main oracle's blessing.
They judge a presidency on the first 100 days, right? And
it was shit.
What the new president can achieve in the first 100 days. And Trump was saying that I've done heaps in the first 100 days, even though, like, the 100 days rating is bullshit. I've done more than anyone. So it's like he's denouncing the 100-day thing, but then saying he's done more than anyone on the 100 days anyway.
He basically handed it all over to the military and the generals and stuff, and just said, deal with it. He's got, like, businesses all around the world that he has to run.
Just deal with it.
What a douche, man.
Deal with it.
Like, imagine his load. Like, if he was actually doing everything that a president does. Like, he has businesses.
You know why? You know why he hasn't?
Businessman.
You know why he hasn't done dick? I can tell you why. Because he hasn't got bags under his eyes. He doesn't look gaunt. A president is meant to look fucked. Like, not. You know what I mean? Like, he's meant to look tight.
He's made to look like Elon Musk.
Man, that guy does not sleep.
Yeah, he looks
that guy.
weathered, man.
He looks like he just needs.
He looks
a
like
vacation.
Plugger now that he's lost all the weight.
Yeah, man. He's the bags under Elon's eyes look fucked. You could take a nap on those things, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You could use it as a punching bag or something.
yeah, man. Just start snapping him in the face.
Did you see Jimmy Kimmel? They came out about the keyhole surgery.
No.
Yeah, his wife had a baby or whatever, last couple of days ago, and then they found out that the baby was turning purple, and they said that the baby needed like keyhole surgery, like something to do with his heart.
To relieve the
I saw it
pressure?
just as I was leaving the house. This was on the show.
Shit.
He got all teary and shit, and he started like crying. He broke down, like when he was talking about it. How they went in, doctors like informed him of the situation, and then like, had to have the surgery, showed some before photos, some after photos. Baby's alright. But he broke down, he got all emotional talking about how being in the hospital, he hates to think of all the parents that would have had to make a decision on, a financial decision on whether they could save their child or not. Because obviously like keyhole surgery is expensive or whatever. So, and what you would do in that situation.
Imagine a family that couldn't afford it.
Yeah, Kimmel's got money. Then I thought about, I looked up what keyhole surgery costs. I could only find a couple numbers, something like £10,000 in the UK, depending on like the thing.
So we're all out.
Yeah. And like, so what happens in this situation? Is that covered? Do you reckon that's covered by healthcare? Like,
In Australia, we're okay.
Is it?
Because in America, put it this way, it's fucking expensive. It's expensive.
I know health
man.
insurance in America is just like, you need it, otherwise you don't have
Well,
anything.
Diana had the twins there, and they had health insurance, but when they got the final bill, it was somewhere close to $100,000.
Yeah.
But obviously insurance covers most of that.
Yeah.
But if what if you don't have health insurance? And that's just to give birth. What about for surgeries and like, what if your kid's like terminally ill, or you'd be pulling your hair out because you wouldn't know what to do. You'd turn to crime.
Yeah,
You'd turn to crime.
I didn't get time to do it.
I would.
Which is fucked.
Yeah, I'd turn to selling drugs. I'd do something, anything.
Yeah, because you want to help your family.
Yeah.
But I didn't get time to do it, but I was trying to look for numbers, but I couldn't find, like, just to get a definitive cost of keyhole surgery on an infant in the States. Then I thought about, like, Kimmel, like, hates to think about all the people that would have to make that financial decision. It's like, yeah, but dude, Kimmel...
You didn't have to.
What's your salary per year, dude? What do? You're a host of a TV show.
All you had to say was, yes, go ahead and do it.
Yeah. You didn't even think... It wasn't even like a...
Wasn't even like
a conversation you had to have with your wife.
No.
Like, oh, can we afford it?
Just like, get her in
Should I
there.
call the accountant? Should we sell the house? Like, no, it's just like, all right, we'll do what you got to do.
fly in the best fucking Swedish doctors right now.
So, for an adult heart bypass, that's all I could get.
Yeah.
Typically costs between $70,000 and $200,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And the heart valve replacement is between $80,000 and $200,000.
It was something like that. It was like heart valve, like some repairing a hole in the aorta. Like
yeah,
something
and
like
the
that.
total cost of a heart transplant can reach almost $800,000. Now tell me how a normal human being, thank you, Thaddeus. Thaddeus.
In Russell we trust.
Russell, just sounds so dirty, Russell.
It's really, just hearing you say that, it's really fucked that there's a price on human life like that.
Well, it is.
Like when they spend so much money on ridiculous shit.
Because the doctor got to get paid, man.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, but I know
to
what
be
you
covered
mean.
by the government, like they spend X amount on like weapons or
Yep.
whatever. Like,
Well, in America...
To kill lives.
Yeah. Did you... the thing I tagged you in. The military... Did I tag you in that?
I don't think so.
Anyway, there was a video of Trump, a new order of tanks and missiles.
You did.
I didn't see it.
I'll
said
try and
your-
find
your
it.
boy's back at
your
it
boy's
again.
back at it again.
Oh, this is on Facebook?
Yeah, I tagged him. I go, your boy's back at it.
What was he doing?
It was a massive train, like a... What do they call
Freight train.
Freight train. Tanks and military stuff and
All just coming
new
in there.
order.
It was like just tanks on the back of a freight train, and it just kept going for miles. Like just
Dude, it was huge. With new armoured vehicles, tanks,
It's all
everything.
rolling in, dude. All rolling in.
But people are paying $800,000 to save their child. They're all trying to, or they can't.
and then Will Smith gets 25 million for his next movie.
Yeah, it all just doesn't add
Some
up.
romantic comedy.
Yeah.
These are the kind of things.
What was it called? Glitch or Flick? What was that movie he did?
The Wedding Planner? No. Hitch.
Hitch Flick?
Glitch was Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
No, Click was Adam Sandler. I don't know what Glitch is.
There's a glitch in his fucking membrane, man.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's just a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a silly movie that people are going to forget about. Like,
Yeah.
it's just all these things that are wrong with the world. Like, they're all just a big circle of shit.
That's what pissed me off.
And you put a price on a human's life, like, you need this much, or
Dude.
you can just die.
That's what shit me.
That should be number one
Kardashian's
priority,
ass.
helping the people.
Dude, Kim's Kardashian ass gets like 100,000 like clicks just because of, it's Kim Kardashian's ass. This podcast is essentially pretty positive and we're very neutral on a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like weeding out the crap. Mm-hmm. Are we ever going to get that kind of following?
You know what? I'm going to ruin it for everyone that listens to us right now for Kim K. Especially the guys. Guys, she takes dumps just like we all do. And fantasy gone.
Bad, man.
It's true.
Yeah.
Big sloppy ones,
Hey, so you just took it too far.
It's disgusting, man.
pebbly ones.
No. I'm
She
being
had
serious,
Indian
though.
the day before. And it was,
I'm being dead set honest. That's why I implore anyone that actually listens to this podcast to keep sharing it.
Yeah.
If you actually think that people
real
should
shit.
be,
It's real shit.
If you think people should be hearing this shit,
then get them to hear it.
Then get them to hear it. Don't be embarrassed. I know a lot of people feel like embarrassed because it's someone of what's the word, like organic.
Yeah.
Like
Just share it.
Low rent organic sort of thing. Like I remember, like one of the first people that said to me, when we first started it, I shared it to like a cousin or something, and they said, "Oh, who knew that listening to three idiots like talk shit would be entertaining?" I'm like, but that's what you do every time you turn the radio on. That's what you do, and that's with like
why?
commercials.
Because it's on the radio, it's different.
And that's with just nothing
Yeah.
but ads. Dude, every time I get in a car with someone and they listen to the radio, they're just fucking flicking stations, like the entire 10-minute drive, every 10 seconds, they're changing
it's-
radio station.
And you're not going to get anything important or worth, like,
Nah.
thinking about. Like,
Nah, honestly, I can't stress that enough.
We are people for the people. We solve the problem.
quickly going back to the baby thing with Kimmel. Obviously, you're going to have a baby soon.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're going to cry when the baby comes.
Of course I will.
Why
You reckon
wouldn't
you
he?
will? Yeah.
It's my baby. It's my son, man.
'Cause I cried.
Yeah, man. It's
You
my,
cry over sandwiches, man.
That's true.
honestly, I reckon I will.
Dude, I didn't think I was going to, alright?
Yeah.
I lost it, man.
It's an
I was like, I wasn't just crying, I was like,
Well, at the moment, I can only imagine because he's not born yet. But it'd be like an overwhelming experience because it's
Yeah.
like, well, fuck, man. That's a human life.
and
that
it wasn't just like seeing the baby, it was like just
the whole experience.
watching my missus.
You're
Like, go,
you're a snag.
Seeing
No.
the numbers in his bank account just dwindle away.
no, not at all.
You can hear it.
No. Don't
A guy in a suit just said, "Well, Jonathan,
No, he's got the glasses on and he's got the.
that car you've got parked outside, we'll just take that away right now."
stop.
How much are your pants worth?
Not at all. That
Look
wasn't
him up
even.
to a blood IV, just start pumping blood out of him.
That wasn't even a. That wasn't even a thought.
That's escalated quickly. But
Yeah, you haven't picked on me yet. You're just trying to
Yeah, I
fucking.
know, man. I had to.
No, just like it was seeing the baby, but then a lot of it was like seeing, like, watching a girl give birth. It's full on, man. And then it's like the 9-month journey, and then seeing them go through all that hardship, and then it finally happens. I just lost it, man. I lost it.
yeah. No, I can imagine. Like, I will. I reckon.
And
I reckon.
I talked to another mate of mine who has 3 kids, and I asked him.
The second one's like, nah.
No. I asked him. I said, "Did you
Third
cry?"
one, he's having a beer during it, watching the game.
No, I asked him. I said, "Did you cry for any of your children?"
Yeah.
Like the first one. He's like, "Nah." He's like, "I'm a man."
Doesn't matter if you could be a man, be whatever you want,
And he
but
was like-
it's an emotional experience,
He was
man.
like-
That's like,
he was giving me shit about it. I'm like, dude. I'm like, do you have like any feelings or human empathy or anything? Because it just overwhelmed me, dude. Like I cried.
man, you know what I bought? So when the baby's born,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get, obviously it's a tattoo on my chest. I'm
You're gonna tattoo the baby as soon as it comes
no,
out.
the actual, it's foot, it's feet. And I got what the cops
that's
use,
cool,
the
yeah.
black ink stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stamp the baby's foot in that thing, and then stamp it on my chest.
Nicholas, do you want to hold the baby? No, just let me.
Stamp its foot. And I got my tattoos on the room, so would you like to start tattooing?
That's cool, man. I wish I had done something like that. Yeah,
That's cool, man.
but I didn't. Nah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
I thought you meant you were going to tattoo the baby when it first came out.
What do you mean, tattoo the actual baby?
Property of Nick or something.
No, he's got. What are you nuts?
Yeah,
You're
man.
fucked. Why would you tattoo a baby?
Mine.
Yeah, but they've got that.
Trollman.
I think we brought that up like ages ago about that woman that let her baby get tatted or...
No. It was a like a 12-year-old girl that wanted My Pony tattoo, and she allowed it. My Little Pony.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, fucking October due date. So
put Maximus on myself.
that's
You
it. Right.
disgusting, vile animal. Dude,
Speaking of vile animal, I think I need to take a leak.
I keep looking at that shirt. I love it. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, man,
He's wearing the
killer
That's Not Right
shirt.
t-shirt. I want one now. Real
Yeah,
bad.
we're getting one, right?
You're getting one.
Mine's white, right, but with the clean logo.
Of course, yours is
Yeah,
white.
yours is white.
Yeah, I wanted white. and
Of course,
clean.
yours is
Yeah,
Caucasian.
white and clean. Yeah, no, it is. It's coming.
Of course, it's Caucasian.
superior colour.
Actually, white's a shade.
Kidding.